In the Garden of Eden, Adam was given specific and greater responsibilities. He was the only human around that heard the commandment not to eat from the tree of knowledge of good and evil. And as such, he was given the authority to be the lawgiver, not the lawmaker. And since he was the only man on earth, that also made him king of the earth and high priest. He was responsible for naming all of the animals, all the creatures, because he had that authority. And in Hebraic thought, function is always preferred over form. In other words, when things are described in the Bible, they're described by function versus form, as in our Western culture and our current understanding of it. Quick side note, did you know that the tree of life was also in the midst of the garden? And they were never told to not eat from it. And when it came to naming the animals, Yah brought the animals to Adam so that he could name them. But he made Adam a special helper who is comparable to him. But none of the animals would suffice. So Yah created a woman out of Adam. And then Yah brought her to him. And then he named her. He named her woman. A very proper name since his name was man. Literally. But man, Adam, and the beasts were created from the ground, whereas woman was created from man. And as Paul shows us here in 1 Corinthians 11, verse 9, woman was created for man. But the woman admitted that she was deceived by the serpent. And because she was not around when Adam was told the commandment, she doesn't carry the weightier responsibility for breaking it. But Yah says something very interesting to Adam. He says, because you have heeded the voice of your wife and the fact that he ate, that's why he got the curses. The word here for heeded is shema, which in Hebrew means hear and obey. Because although Adam was the lawgiver, he did not obey it. He obeyed her, and she obeyed Satan. And the very next recorded act after the curse was given was the renaming of woman. Remember, part of the woman's curse was that she would desire her husband's station. And so to show her that he still had authority over her, he renamed her. But this renaming was a downgrade. Instead of being woman and everything that that entails, he downgraded her purpose, her significance, to a mother, which is just one part of what a woman can do. You see, we don't see that Adam was told not to hearken, not to shema to his woman, but we can see the effects. And Satan was in the Garden of Eden, so everything's not as perfect as it may sound. And this is why Yah has created the order of things. And this is why this is the way things are. And because Adam had more responsibility, he was the only one specifically mentioned that was kicked out of the Garden of Eden. Take a look at it. Then Yah, God, said, behold, the man has become like one of us, to know good and evil. And now, lest he put out his hand and take also of the tree of life and eat and live forever. Therefore Yah, God, sent him out of the Garden of Eden to till the ground from which he was taken. So he drove out the man, and he placed cheruvim at the east of the Garden of Eden, and their lives were forever changed. Shalom.